cleanse, and I didn't eat for a week. I got a little lightheaded and saw a few dead relatives, but I didn't starve.
He might be a diabetic and need insulin. My grandma's a diabetic.
There's no blood running through his veins. Antifreeze, maybe.
One time, I was hitting him with a bat. Oh, that was tonight. Here. It looked like it really hurt, but he never bled. I don't think he feels the pain. It's like a robot.
The only pain he registers is that which he inflicts on others. We could sit here all night clamping car batteries to his nipples and pulling out his fingernails. He would just laugh at our ineffectiveness. He's a cockroach.
He may not be the greatest boss in the world. But I don't think he's that bad.
That's because you're a Mormon. You think the devil is an alien, landed in Antarctica, and hung out with the Jews. What do you know?
I'm not a Mormon. And that's not at all what I think. I don't think Mormons think that either.
You said just an hour ago you were a Mormon.
No, he said he works in the mail room.
I wonder if he's going to be mad.
Would you be mad if 3 of your employees tied you up and repeatedly flogged you over the head?
It's not our fault. We had to do it. It's the lottery system.
We could dump him in the river.
Kill him?
Are we supposed to just stand here and stare at him until he wakes up? You think he's just going to open his eyes and ask for a glass of water? Huh?
The situation did get a little out of hand.
I don't think it got out of hand enough. We're here on behalf of all of the employees. Do you think they wanted us to have a quick chat with them and give them a foot massage?
Hell no. Let's throw him in the river, chair and all. I've got some cinder block in my van and some
Not
rope.
his chair. I want his chair. And his desk. And his view. I want to drive to his 10-bedroom house, his obnoxious car and sleep, and his California king with his vapid plastic fish-lipped wife. I want to fire all of the people who have been torturing me, preventing me from jobs that, if there is a God, are rightfully mine. I have earned my place at the table, and I want what's mine.
I want to burn this place to the ground.
We can just untie him and get the heck out of here. And when he wakes up, he won't know what happened to him or who did it because we hit him on the head so much. Well, he might remember you because you kept saying, "My name is Wayne. My name is Wayne," every time you hit him.
Maybe now we're getting my name wrong.
He doesn't know who I am. Not really. He calls me Tinny the Tin. I've worked here for 12 years, since before he was here. And my name is Jeff.
Nice to meet you. I'm Amanda. Look, just because he doesn't know your name doesn't know who you are. It's all part of the game. He calls me Sparkletails. We used to work together at another place, but look, we have a rare opportunity here. If I have to pretend like none of this ever happened, that only my last shred of dignity has finally been trampled, and I will not give him that satisfaction.
We can wait for him to wake up, and before we untie him, we can make him apologize for spending our pensions on pectoral implants for upper management.
I don't want an apology. I want retribution.
We can contact the media. Maybe the public will support us and demand that they treat us better.
You have worked here a long time. It was like this at my last job, too. And the one before that.
We have to be a united front. Agree on the course of action.
Throw him in the river.
Stop talking about the Galdern River. If we can have a real conversation, person to person, soul to soul, we can find some compromises. Let's wait for him to wake up and have a powwow.
He will not honor any deals he makes with you. He agreed to let me take Fridays off so that I could work from home and cut down on the number of days that my kid was in daycare. This was remarkably magnanimous of him, so I should have known better. But I thought, he has a kid, a horrible terror of a child, but still I thought maybe he understood. Then I got my paycheck. He deducted the Fridays from my pay, even though I got more work done at home than I ever do here. He only exists for 2 reasons. To make money for the company, to crush our spirits.
Did you get it in writing?
Well,
This changes to your schedule. Did you get it in writing?
no.
You should have gotten it in writing. That way it can screw you over. It's a legal thing.
Your naivety is almost charming, but mostly it makes me want to vomit.
Look, I'm open to not killing him if we can get the changes we want in writing. Can't promise I won't burn this place down someday, though.
You're wasting your time.
We have to be in total agreement.
Come
rock, paper, scissors.
Ridiculous.
Best 2 out of 3. If I win, we throw them in the river. If you win, we write up our demands.
Yes.
It's like watching 2 really smart monkeys.
Yeah!
All right, what are our demands?
Let's request that they start turning on the air conditioning when it's over 90 degrees outside. And get rid of the 15-minute gruel break at noon and let us bring our own lunches. Oh, and let us use the elevators. I'm tired of walking up 18 flights of stairs each morning. It's exhausting.
Well, I'm tired of the sensitivity training. It's the illegal aliens' fault. They're the ones that are too sensitive, and they're taking jobs from hardworking Americans.
They're just trying to have a better life and provide for their family back home.
That's right. They send the money back to Mexico or Indonesia or wherever they're from. They come here and they take our jobs. They use up our health care. They get unemployment checks.
Are you one of those teabaggers?
Are you?
Stay on task. They take advantage of all of us no matter where we come from. One by one, he crumples our spirits and makes us feel like there's nothing we can do to make things better. Like this is the best we can do. And we're lucky to have a job at all.
It's because the socialism.
You don't even know what that word means.
Yes, I do. It means that he wants to take our tax money to buy farms to give them to the hippies so they can grow medical marijuana for the liberal elite.
Do you seriously believe anything you say?
Nah, not really. I just like saying it. People with strong opinions sound smart. I'm part of this group that sends an email out each morning with talking points for the day. I like to work them into conversation here and there. Also, I'm incredibly racist.
No more conferences. He's always going to these database trainings and human resources development workshops and sunny places at resort hotels. You know where the last conference I went to was? It was at a working ranch in Wyoming. Wyoming. And when I say working, I mean they made us work the whole time we were there. I had to get up in the morning and gather eggs. Then I had to milk the cows. Then I had to help the woman that ran the place change the sheets on the beds. And this was all before breakfast. They presented it to us as a team-building exercise, but I later found out the company was being paid $5 an hour for the work we just did.
Put new carpet in his office while 2 people in the mailroom were fired. So let's say, no more remodeling until the staff is replaced.
I bet the baby's bloody drinks for breakfast, isn't she?
Replace baby's blood with a smoothie. And not monitor us on closed-circuit TV all day.
What do you mean, closed-circuit TV?
The cameras that are at everyone's workstations. With the little blinking green lights.
I think it's just you.
You all don't have cameras?
No, I couldn't work like that if someone was watching me all day.
But he used mine to blackmail me. I was having a conversation with a friend of a very personal nature. And he made a copy of it and said he would show it at the Christmas party if I didn't take a $2 an hour pay cut.
Must have been a hell of a conversation.
I lost sleep over it. I was worried that he'd change his mind and show the tape or force me to take another pay cut that I couldn't afford.
Maybe you should have gotten it in writing.
The worry literally made me sick. I tried to talk to HR about it, but they said if I was using company resources for a personal nature, that I could be fired. They said it was best not to complain.
Like I said, cockroach.
Let's throw him in the river.
A change of hearts.
He's a despicable human being.
Now we're coming around to a plan we can all agree on. We just have to decide how to do it.
You could set his office on fire and make it look like a suicide over his guilt for bilking the employees and investors out of so much money.
If we're gonna kill him, I'd like to wait until he wakes up. Kind of slow look on his face. And I level the gun at him and ask him where he wants it. Where do you want it, Todd?
I thought we were going to drown him. just kind of looking forward to going to the river. It's really nice this time of year.
You know, I've been thinking about this for a long time, and no. I'd rather we put him over there on the wall. With his oil painting of stuff that he had commissioned. The one that stares at you when you're in a meeting so you feel like there are two of them. I'd like to put him right in front of his twin image and blast them both away.
Such violence! I love it. I'll get my gear.
So, what are you doing this weekend?
Oh. Decided to have some people over for a barbecue. You?
I'm part of a clogging group. We have to rehearse. We're doing a big show over at the community college next week.
Sounds like fun.
I enjoy it.
Slicken. It's a tradition here.
I'm a vegetarian.
Of course you are.
What you doing? You shouldn't be doing that.
Hi, Michael.
No, Mary Conchita.
Right. Maddie Conchita.
What you doing
You have a child, right? A niño.
No, I don't have no kids. Why you keep asking me?
Just trying to be friendly. I make it a point to say hello to you.
Okay. What you doing to the boss man? You kill him?
We're about to kill him.
Oh, you shouldn't do that. You might get fired.
I'm gonna set this place on fire.
You don't set no fire. Then you don't get no paycheck. And the boss man collect all the insurance monies. And you can't kill him. It don't work that way.
We've agreed we can't take this abuse any longer. We see no other options.
My parents both worked 20 hours a day when I was a kid. They both died before they turned 30. I said, no thank you. I'm happy with what I have. You want to make a statement? You want the boss man to notice what your problems are? You gotta do what I do. When I started, I have to clean meander off the wall of his bathroom every day. I think maybe he have a medical problem. But I could see the finger marks in it. He was putting it there for me to clean, to make me feel bad. Feel bad because I clean bathrooms. I had to do something. See his desk? He loves his desk. See how shiny it is? When I started, he told me never to touch it. He cleaned it himself. One night, I come in here and go to his desk and put all the papers to one side. I don't look at them, not my business. Then I light my little juju candle and I say a prayer. I climb on the desk, pull down my underwear and leave him a little something. The next morning, he come into his office. Oh, he's so angry. He make them replace the carpet and everything, and it wasn't even nothing on it. The desk was from South America, just like me. He didn't want to get rid of it. Now every morning he come in, he worried that there be something on the desk, but I never do it to him because he never do it to me. You got to figure out what the one thing is that you need to do.
I love you.
You went on his desk?
Yes. All I want to talk to him about it. Talking? No, nah.
I suppose you were under pressure having to support your family back in South America.
What family back in South America? I have 3 ex-husbands. That's why I come here. To get away. Back home I was a teacher. But here, they know what to learn the kids, so I'm not going to teach them. Oh, you look like you're awake now.
I seem to be stuck to this chair. Could one of you help me? I have dinner reservations.
You're not going anywhere.
I sure am. As soon as one of you fine people help me out, whatever caught my wrist.
We have some things we like to discuss with you.
No. I think there's anything to discuss.
I think we should give discussion a quick try before we move on. We have a couple of ideas and some changes around the office to improve staff morale.
I like to. That's very great. I like to discuss some stuff on synergetic change. Let's build